What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another JD the Gamer video. We're here with DC Dark Legion. In this video, we're going to talk about the anti-crime network and how you should attack it. Welcome back. So, the anti-crime network is just, let's start like we're brand new to the game. It's literally when you're at your home base, you're looking at your main area, your main screen. Down in the bottom left hand corner here, you click on there, the SON, and it's the top one, the anti-crime network. Now within the anti-crime network, you have 4 different areas: the Genesis Gathering, the Renaissance Mission, Alloy Attack, and Data Breach. What do each of them do? So in the Genesis Gathering, you get these resources, which are the stimulators used to raise champions level caps. In the Renaissance Mission, you get the EXP, which is used to level up champions. The Alloy Attack, pretty self-explanatory. You get Alloy, which is the gear or the material you need to level, manufacture your gear. So basically crafting your gear. And then the Data Breach, you get the chips, which is used for tech research. So the Alloy, if you go down here to your armory, craft, you can craft all types of different gear for your heroes, okay? And then for the chips, it's right under the armory, the research laboratory. You come in here, and this is how you upgrade all your different tech research. Use them here, boom, research, bow. So, and then you get little upgrades as you go along. So that's what those do. And then, like I said, these ones are going to be your to raise the champion level. So once you level them up to a certain threshold, you need to, with the EXP. So let's talk about that one first. EXP, you level up your characters. So if you go into your characters here, someone that's a level 1, you would use those EXP to level them from level 1 to 2. But as you see, once you get up to a certain level threshold, so once I get to 10, it's then going to switch from the EXP over to the stimulators, and you have to use those stimulators to then get them to the next range of levels, and then you start the process over again. You level them up until you get to that level, and then the stimulators come along. Now, as you get towards the end of that, in the training nexus, when you go to sync them, once you get to a certain level, you're going to start to level up your entire account at the same time, and it starts to get pretty costly pretty quick. I think it's 8 million EXP to go from one level to the next, and then once you get to, or not one level, one percentage. So you go 20, 40, 60, 80. Once you get to 80% here, then to get them from, just for an example, from 610 to 611, you would need to use stimulators to then get them to that level, and then you start over again with the XP. So what's the most important thing in these 4? In my opinion, it's a combination, obviously, of the EXP and the stimulators. I feel like EXP, for me personally, it's going to be different for other people, but for me personally, I feel like EXP is a little bit easier to get and a lot more bountiful to get than stimulators. So I like to focus on the stimulators for the most part when it comes to getting stuff ready for my account to level people up. The faster you level people up, the faster this power up here, your account power, goes up, which then allows you to do a lot more things with your account. Obviously, because you're stronger, you're going to do more things, you're going to succeed a little bit better, you're going to get more rewards the higher you get. So I like to focus on, for the most part, the stimulators, then the EXP. I think this is essentially, in my opinion, 1A, 1B. I'm not even going to say rank 1 and rank 2. I think they go hand in hand with each other, right? You can't really use the stimulators until you have enough EXP to get the level up, and then the stimulators is what gets them to that next threshold. But I do think, like I said, that EXP is a lot, in my opinion, easier to get than the stimulators, so I like to focus on the stimulators. The chips, I don't really do too much. As you can see, I haven't even hit my recommended power yet. I can level this up a few levels, and probably the Alloy as well. Alloy is a little bit more important in my opinion because gear really takes so you can level your characters up as much as you want, but if you don't have proper gear on them, then it kind of really strangleholds your account and what you potentially could be doing in terms of damage and power and everything. So I would put Alloy at number, I guess if this is 1A and 1B, I would put Alloy at 2. And then the chips, I would go last, third place, or fourth, however you want to look at it. The tech is important early on. So if you're early on, the chips are pretty important because this tech research really overall just gives your whole account that much more power. So if you go back to the beginning, obviously I've been playing this game for a while, but if you go back to the beginning, extra 10% physical penetration just in general for your entire account, really good. Then as you keep going down, 5% extra attack. I think each upgrade is 1%. 5% extra HP, extra attack. And as you can see here, these are the symbols that they're going to work on. So some is going to be for Guardian, some for Warrior. And as you keep going down, you got your Assassins, all the different factions of types of characters. So this is pretty important early on. As you continue to play the game, I think that it becomes easier to kind of push past the need for this. Not to say it's not important. Eventually you want to max this out. So right now, as you can see, I can upgrade these, but I really want to finish the big one first before I start working on finishing the smaller ones within the combat. So I'm saving my chips to get to the spiritual resistance. Then once I do that, I'll finish these off. And then once I get 100% on the combat, then I'll go back here and start upgrading the construction to get more materials quicker. But I'm at a point in the game where it's not too bad. Now, when you're trying to maximize what level you can get to, because you want to, before you start using your let's see. Before you start utilizing, I don't have any there. What are these things called? I can't remember. The intel points. There we go. Before you start utilizing them, you can upgrade your levels. So these levels on how high you can go without using any of these intel points. These ones are going to be for your, if you want to do multiple levels at once and just kind of speed through it. This one is when you actually go into the match and fight. So you want to get these as high as you can without using your intel points first. If you can get up to level 31, don't keep using your intel points at level 27 because you're losing out. As you can see, on 27, you get 36,000 chips. On 29, 36,600. And on 31, 37,200. So you want to get as high as you can before you start utilizing your intel points. Excuse me. And really pay attention to the strategies. So this is something, I wouldn't say new at this point, but this is newer, where they've added what characters really work the best for this particular intel. So if you go into strategy, it tells you, strategy, deploy AoE damage dealers, waves of enemies with huge numbers each time. So you really want to get some characters in there that do AoE damage, that hit a bunch of people at once, or continue to hit things rapidly and fast. So as you can see, key champions, they're recommending Constantine because he has an amazing AoE damage that wipes people out pretty quickly if you put the right gear on him and get him upgraded. You have Nightwing, who can cycle through his ult pretty fast, hitting characters, bow, knocking them out really quick. And Harley Quinn and Red Hood have good AoE damage as well. And then they let you know in terms of your Earth or your server who's done who's cleared this level with the lowest power. So I think this is pretty cool because this tells you that, like, if your team power is at like 5.5 million, right? But you still can't beat it. You can look here and be like, well, what am I doing wrong? Well, maybe you're using the wrong team composition. So take a look here. You can click this and it'll kind of save that team comp for you. Then you can go the first clear on this server. What was that team? And then the most recent clear. So this most recent clear I feel like is the best one because that tells you with the patch notes and everything, how characters change, the devs change kind of sometimes their moves or what they do or how they operate, or maybe a faction that they're applied to. And so the most recent is going to tell you what are people using most recently to clear this level. So really click into this strategy and learn what teams to use. It will help you tremendously. The hardest one for me, as you can see with the levels that I'm at, is going to be the alloy, because this one is essentially you're just trying to survive as long as you can while you're getting attacked. So you want to bring in, as you can see in the strategy, there's a bunch of healers. Healer, 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 and then one shielder. So it's pretty cool. As you can see, most recent use Superman. That's interesting. And Constantine, another interesting thing. So maybe in this most recent clear, this was a way to kind of just attack quick, continue to kill them so they can't kill you quick. Who knows? But this one is my hardest one. I haven't done these two in a while because I've been focusing on the EXP and stimulators anyway. But yeah, that's kind of the essential of the Anti-Crime Network in a nutshell, man. I hope you guys do it because it's very beneficial to your account to get all these materials in abundance. All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is my opinion on the Anti-Crime Network. What do you do? How do you pass these levels? What are some team comps? Do you even pay attention to the strategy guide down below? Let me know down below in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. You guys know what to do at this point. But until next time, man, I appreciate all the love and support. It's your boy JD, and I'm out this thing, baby. Peace.